In 2023, Brompton launched the Chapter 3 version 4. This one. Actually, it will be the last Chapter 3 because since then the company has disappeared. Along with the Chapter 3 version 4 came this amazing little sandwich bag that fitted into the triangle. Now, 2 years later, when, let's face it, a lot of people have found the sandwich bag from third-party suppliers, Brompton have launched it. Brompton, funnily enough, didn't call it the sandwich bag. They have called it the tongue-twisting puncture pouch and multi-tool. There are 2 versions, one for the ACPT line and one for the G line. The G line one is, funnily enough, slightly bigger than the ACPT line. We're going to run through what's in the box, where it gets used, and very importantly, how to make your cucumber sandwiches to pop in your sandwich bag if you don't want an inner tube. Part 1. What's in the box? If you don't want to open the box, it actually tells you on the back of it what is inside it. I hope you can see that. There's our beautiful sandwich bag, some Velcro to hold it in place on your frame, and the toolkit. Shall we take them out? The puncture pouch comes fitted with an inner tube. This one is an SV4. It has a Presta valve, so it's compatible with your T and some P-line Bromptons. If it's the wrong valve for you, for example, if you've got a C-line, you can swap with your buddies, like football cards. We also have the Velcro strap for fitting to the frame. We'll do that later. And then the multi-tool, which comes complete with 2 tire levers. One tire lever is hiding inside the other one. You simply push it out. As you push it out, you can see that you've got your 5 and 6mm hex keys. You then have your hex bit holder at the end. So if you want to use your hex bit, you just pop that in and then you can use it. But if you need a 15mm spanner, you need to pop the end out and then magically you have your 15mm spanner here. That's quite cunning. And then the 10mm at the other end. It's like a James Bond multi-tool, I think. It's quite fun putting it back together. Just be patient. 2 tire levers. Remember, you only need your tire levers for removing certain tires, not all of them. Do not use them for installing them. We forgot to mention, there is a Brompton logo on this side of the new toolkit and an unfolded Brompton on the back. It's kind of cute. Part 2. What tools get used where? We're going to run through what tools get used where on each bicycle. For this, we're going to use either an electric or a Chapter 3 or a really old bike, depending on which tool it is. We're going to start with the 10mm spanner that gets used in 2 key places. The seat post clamp here to tighten it up, but make sure you don't over tighten it, otherwise you can crack your frame. The other place it gets used is on the old brake calipers. For this, I'm going to borrow an old bicycle. 10mm spanner just pops onto the back of the brake calipers. The 15mm spanner. This is used on a standard front wheel, an electric front wheel, and the 2, 3 and 6 speed rear wheels. You need to remove your nut caps. And then you can put your 15mm spanner on to undo your wheel. So very important when you have a puncture. The 4mm Allen key, along with the hex bit holder, is used on new integrated brake levers, like this one, but also on my friendly old bicycle. The 4mm Allen key just simply pops in there, but these brakes, it is recommended, are replaced nowadays. It's also used on the front carrier block, but I don't have a screwdriver to remove it, so I can't show you. You'll just have to believe me. The 5mm hex key is very important and gets used in lots of different places, starting with the pentaclip, the telescopic seat post band, the brake caliper to adjust the tension on the brake cable, the brake blocks, and the back of the brake caliper at the front. The 5mm Allen key is also used on the roller wheels and easy wheels. So if you're replacing them, you'll want that. The 5mm hex key is used on a selection of front and some rear wheels. It's used on the front and rear wheel of this Chapter 3. It is also used on Brompton dynamo front wheels, like this Son dynamo front wheel, this slightly tired SPS V8 dynamo wheel, and Shimano dynamo wheels. The new toolkit, we keep discussing whether that will be the death of the frame-mounted toolkit. The first question you're going to ask is what is in the Brompton frame-mounted toolkit that is not in this new toolkit? So let's take a look. The frame-mounted toolkit obviously has the 15mm spanner and ratchet. It then has a selection of different sized Allen keys and screwdrivers. So we have a flathead and a Phillips. We then have a 5 and 2.5mm hex key, a 2 and a 5mm hex key, and a 3 and a 4mm hex key. So really, you've got a hex key for adjusting everything you need on your Brompton, including the brake blocks for the little tiny one that people always struggle to get hold of. You also have a pair of tyre levers and, importantly, a puncture repair kit, which you don't have in your puncture pouch. The interesting thing to note is that the Allen keys and screwdrivers are made specifically for Brompton. So if you lose one, you can't get a replacement, or we can't find one. So the old toolkit had more tools than the new one. Maybe that's why you need both. Did we miss any areas that the tools should be used? If we did, please comment in the comment section below, because I'm sure we have. It's not exhaustive, but we tried to make it so. Bonus section. How to fit the sandwich bag, puncture pouch. In case you didn't realise, it goes in this hole here. On the back is the all-important Velcro loops. I have to admit that I think it is easier to load the pouch before you put it into the bicycle, because it opens here and the hole's there. So when you squished it in, you can't necessarily get to the contents. So let's load it up. My inner tube, nicely coiled up. We're then going to put the Velcro strap through the loops. A little bit of wiggling, that helps. I'm going to put the toolkit down the front of the sandwich bag, so it goes across here. Then need to do a little bit of shoving. It's in, although I do think it will be easier to fit it with just the cucumber sandwich in. And now you'll have to excuse me, I'm off to make the simple cucumber sandwich. We're going to run through how to make one because we think it would be perfect for the sandwich pouch. No, sorry, the puncture pouch. For this, we need some nice white bread. We think the Queen would have chosen this one because it's patriotic. We'll also need some cucumber that we slice thinly and some butter with our small knife. We of course don't want the crust, because you don't want a dry sandwich. Now we're going to take off the horrible green bit, because that is supposedly the bit that makes you burp. Then we need to slice our cucumber thinly. Now we're going to shut the sandwich, and of course we will take off the edges. Now they need to be in perfect triangles. And we're going to select one triangle first, because of course it needs to go in the pouch. I think maybe we can get two in. Remove the inner tube, because of course we don't need that with our cucumber sandwiches. And now I'm going to see if I can get one or two of my cucumber sandwiches into my sandwich pouch. I think to save squashing it, I'll just stick with one. So me and my sandwich pouch will go cycling. I might be a little hungry later. Let's hope I don't get a puncture, because I now have a sandwich pouch rather than a puncture pouch. My first cucumber sandwich since at Buckingham Palace at the Queen's Garden party. Not bad. If you like this video about the sandwich bag, the puncture pouch and multi-tool, we'd really like it if you gave us a big thumbs up. Comment in the section, please, any comments, please comment in the comment section below. That's a really tight fit. Testing, 1, 2, 3. If you like this video about the sandwich bag or the Brompton Marketing, funnily enough, didn't call it the sandwich bag. They have called it the tongue-twistingly Here we are, 2 years later, when a lot of people have a third-party sandwich bag. Brompton have now launched it. Okay, again. There are 2 versions of the puncture pouch and multi-tool. One for the AC, P and T line, that's the focus of this video, and one for the G line. It's slightly bigger. I'm going to get rid of the G line one for now. We're going to run through 4 things. 1. What's in the puncture pouch and multi-tool? 2. How you use it and where you use it. 3 I can't remember, and 4 is cucumber sandwiches. I've forgotten where else. It is also used on a selection of dynamo front wheels, like Shimano dynamo. It's not Shimano. Yeah. We then have read it. I didn't say this was an elegant process. Let's try that again, shall we?